Next on C-SPAN, a live call-in program with Senator Al Gore. The Democrat from Tennessee is the author of a book entitled Earth in the Balance, Ecology and the Human Spirit. He is also a member of the Senate Committee on Commerce, Science, and Transportation. Senator Gore joins us this morning to discuss the United Nations Conference on Environment and Development, which begins this week in Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. Senator Gore will be part of a Senate delegation going to Brazil to observe the conference, which is also called the Earth Summit. His comments on the summit and your calls are coming up in a moment.
Senator Al Gore, why is the UN Earth Summit in Rio so critical to the world?
It's the beginning of a completely new direction in world history. I don't think that overstates it, because now with communism defeated and the world conceiving of itself as a single community of nations making up a global civilization, the task of saving the Earth's environment is going to become the central organizing principle in the post-Cold War world. This Earth Summit is the beginning of the effort by nations all over the planet to put together a cooperative program for healing the relationship between humankind and the Earth and pursuing economic progress in a pattern that does not cause environmental destruction. It's a cause for optimism, it's a time of great hope, and the beginning of a long journey.
We're very pleased to have with us today as our guest Senator Al Gore, Democrat from Tennessee, and the leader of the U.S. Senate delegation to the UN Earth Summit in Rio. You're going to be leading a group of about 14 senators. What is your role going to be at the Earth Summit?
Well, under the Constitution, the United States Senate has the responsibility to advise and consent whenever the government enters into negotiations aimed at a treaty of some sort. And there are several treaties under discussion in Rio. There are ongoing negotiations on documents such as the Rio Declaration and Agenda 21, as it's called. And so we will be discharging that constitutional responsibility, letting our negotiators know what is likely to be ratified by the Senate, what the interests of the United States are as our constituents see it. And that's the main role we're going to be playing there. We'll also be meeting with our counterparts from nations all around the world. There are going to be 161 nations represented at Rio. It is by far and away the largest summit meeting on any subject ever. And 135 heads of state are going to be there. So it really is an Earth Summit, and the first of what I predict will be a long series of Earth Summits.